Hi, thanks for tuning in to our daily inspiration again. And as always, thank you so much for taking a little bit of your time to be here with us. And hopefully you'll be learning a lot from this relatively short video too. Now, we shared quite a lot of stuff on Saint Gemma before, and in fact, she is one of my favorite saints, and I often read a lot about her life. Although in the following clip, Father Joseph Iannuzzi is not talking about only her specifically in the video, but when we read about what she went through before, the countless number of times the devil harassed her, attacked her, some of us might not understand why God will allow this thing to happen to these holy people. So if you're one of those who struggled with this before, I hope you'll find this clip of Father Iannuzzi helpful. Please listen to this.
Now, many saints, no, I shouldn't say many, some saints have been attacked by the devil, but this is not a possession due to this fault of the saint, but it is a possession of some of the faculties of the saint by virtue of God's providence. For example, Saint Gemma Galgani. She would look at her food and see worms moving about. God allowed Satan to possess the faculty of her eye sometimes. Or Saint Padre Pio. There was no possession of any faculty of his body, but he would allow the devil to physically beat Padre Pio and torment him with visions, torment him in his dreams, and lie to him. There were cases of Blessed Anya da Foligno, or the Curate of Ars, or Luisa Picaretta, or other saints, where some parts of their faculties were inflicted by the devil. And God allowed this. And you say, why? Well, number one, for their purification. Two, for their growth in virtue. And three, so that through their sufferings, which they freely offered up for God, willingly offered up for the love of God, saved souls from hell. So oftentimes when God allows a saint to be tormented in an unusual way, what comes to mind is also another mystic. She's not yet canonized, but I think she eventually will be, Josefa Menendez. God would allow Satan to drag her down to hell and stick her in a niche in hell where other souls would have gone had her sufferings not saved them from that niche in hell. So God would allow Satan to take out his anger upon the very instrument that snatched souls from hell. But God gave Josefa Menendez the knowledge of why this was happening. He didn't just leave her as a sport in the hands of the devil to do as he wished. He enlightened her first. He always does that. Now, some of you listening may say, this is insane. Why would God allow those most dear to him, his choicest souls, to be the butt or the sport of Satan's hatred? And the answer to that question is no less simple than it is mysterious. It's simple in this sense. The psalmist says, God chastises those whom he loves, right? And Peter in his letter says the same thing, quoting Psalms. And it's mysterious in the sense that God can bring a soul to such a state, such a height of holiness. Most of us may not be able to understand this, that the soul will understand these divine designs, that when God calls it to experience some of the interior sense of the damned in hell, that will bring them to experience the state of the loss of the damned, so that in taking upon themselves that sense of the damned, they help other souls avoid eternal damnation. They willingly embrace it. Now, most of us cannot understand this philosophy, that in taking upon ourselves the condition of someone who's completely sick, we help other people be healed. That doesn't seem to make sense to many of us, but it makes perfect sense to these saints who understand the secrets of God, the mysteries of God. And it makes perfect sense biblically. Christ took upon himself the state of a slave to free us from slavery. Christ took upon himself the state of sinfulness without committing any sin to free us from sin. And this is the logic behind God allowing souls to take upon themselves the state of the damned, or the torments of the damned, in order to free souls from damnation and the torments of damnation. Without the souls themselves being damned, of course, who take upon themselves the suffering. But this is the mystery, this is the logic.
Well then, that will be all for the video this time. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. And hopefully all of you have learned so much from this video. And remember, if ever you have any feedback or suggestion, please let us know in the comments below. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for your continuous support, contributions, and prayers. And until the next one, thanks again for watching, and may God bless you.